In this video, we're dealing with a floor that's settling unevenly. The tiles are cracking and coming completely loose. Most of them can be removed by hand. Now, our recommendation for this project was to remove all the flooring and level the floor completely. However, the customer is not going to be at this location much longer and he wanted a temporary fix. So, we're going to check where the worst spot is and level the ground from there. After removing the tiles and getting the level on the bare floor, you can see that there's about a 1/4 inch rise in the middle of the floor. Because the customer didn't want to redo the entire flooring, we're going to reuse the same tiles that he has. To do this, we need to make sure that all the mortar is removed so the tiles can sit level again. We need to be very careful when we do this. If you go too rough, you will break a tile, and it's not always the easiest to match tiles. Now, there were already a few broken ones, but the customer said it was okay to go ahead and put those back down. Now we clean all the areas where the tiles will meet, so that way the grout can get all the way down in the cracks and it won't crack later on down the line. Again, we need to be very careful during this process because we don't want to crack one of the tiles. We're going to vacuum the area to make sure it's nice and clean and there's going to be no obstructions underneath our tiles. We wipe the area down just to ensure that there's no dust or particles that are going to obstruct the tiles from adhering to the ground. Now we're going to apply the mortar. Since we're not doing the entire floor, we must be very careful and ensure that we apply the same amount that the last person who did the flooring applied, because we want to make sure that the tiles sit at the same height. Now that all the tiles are laid, we need to wait and let the mortar dry before we can put the grout in. Once all the mortar has dried, we press the grout in the joints with a grout float to ensure that the tiles stay in place. The last step is just to let everything dry. I like to wait about a day. Now, because we're in a mall, we went ahead and put cones and caution tape just to make sure that nobody walks through it and the work lasts.